I really like this game. Out of my 200 or so hours or more playing this game, I have only one complaint. It was enough for me to stop playing the game, personally. I'm going to wait to see how it is at 1.0, whenever that is. I think it's supposed to be sometime in 2026. But there are two timers that do not have a slider, and that is the raid towers and some of the PAL respawn timers in those dungeons. You gotta wait an hour for like Neptilius, for example. I would like a slider, lowering it down to maybe 1 minute, being like the lower end, and maybe like 24 or 48 hours being on the higher end. That could be kind of interesting. People who want long respawn timers to make it more rare can do that. And the ones who want a little more frequent respawns, they can have their, what they want as well. But the part that really drove in how much I hate this is I was fighting the Fabric Tower. It was my first attempt, and I was just so into the battle. I was, fighting it. I was switching my pals, because one get low. I would switch to another one of my pals that are pretty good. And I wasn't doing a lot of DPS. It wasn't quick. Because a little over 5 minutes in, because battles are 10 minutes. So 5 minutes in, I look at the boss health bar and see it's at a little over 300,000. I think it was like 305,000 or 315,000 out of 517,000 health remaining. So I have not even done half health. And then I just take my eyes down just a little bit and I see the timer. And it said, oh, 4 minutes, 50 some seconds remaining. Have not done half health. Quick calculations. I'm not beating this boss because my two main DPS damage dealing pals are currently hurt. If I put them out there, they're probably going to get KO'd pretty quickly. Just one bad, engagement and they're done. So it's just like, okay, you know what? Because I like using mostly just my pals. I didn't really like engaging. As you can see, I just like watching the battles. That's what I really liked. It's one of the reasons why I hate Pokemon Legends of Arceus. One aspect, most of the game I enjoy a lot, but the boss battles in there were the worst parts of the game because, I'm sorry, why the hell am I throwing powder balls at these Pokemon? These noble or legendary Pokemon? Man, yeah, you're just running up there and throwing powder balls or some kind of special, like ingredient balls or some crap like that, and it's just so dumb. I hated it. I just want my team to go up against these big, strong Pokemon. I would have had a lot more fun in that. So, here, I just really did not like it. I eventually beat the Fabric Tower, but I had no interest in doing any of the other content because my immersion, my mood had soured. It's like, I really hate these towers. I was planning on doing all the towers on hard. But I looked up. There was no way to alter the timer. And, as far as the Google was telling me, and what Google linked me was telling me, there's no way to alter it. So I just said, okay, yeah, you know what? I'll finish this fight off, and maybe I'll go and build my expedition teams. Maybe I'll go build a team for arena instead of thinking about doing the hard towers. And then in the end, after I had beat the boss finally, built, it took a while to grind the right materials that I needed to do it, but I ended up doing it. And honestly, at that point, I just had I had no interest. It completely removed it. The level of enjoyment I was getting from that boss fight was the same enjoyment I get fighting a lot of the Elden Ring bosses. It was really fun. Timer completely killed that enjoyment. So I would like a slider, so the people who want the timer can keep the timer at 10 minutes. People who want the timer to be longer but still there, they can do that. And people like myself, I'm going to remove that timer because I just want to be between me and the boss. I don't care if you double or triple or quadruple the health bar and, maybe increase the damage a little bit of the boss. I'd rather have that than the timer. Just saying. If you disable the timer, maybe that's the punishment. Although, I don't see why you would do that. But, in case you want to, you can do that. But, yeah, that's just my... Like, that's basically the only problems I have with this. That's pretty rare. For a game to be so good that you only have one minor complaint that can be easily fixed. You have all these other sliders and options for people to choose. I think one more, and this game would be like there's really no perfect games, but as good as perfect as you're going to be, it would probably put that up like right now. It's like a 8.5, a 9 out of 10 type game for me. This ain't backed by like some kind of little scientific formula that I have. It's just to give you a general ballpark of where I'm viewing the game, like the range. This gets added, or if those features that I just stated get added, immediately bumped up to a 9.5 to 10 out of 10 game, and that's based on where it is right, like where it would be like right now if they added that feature right now, and that's the only thing they added. Once 1.0 comes around, I'll probably do another playthrough and see what my thoughts of the game are there. If there's no slider, it'll probably be where at bare minimum not bare minimum. Like the cap would be where I said before. But maybe if they did something bad or worse or messed up something, could get a worse rating. I don't see that because these guys seem to know what the heck they're doing. But, it's a possibility that I got to keep in mind. Anywho, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you guys next time. Peace.